On this episode of the Carolina Sports Guy, we're diving in and looking, previewing prediction of Week 18, season finale. Let's go ahead and shoot this wounded horse, folks, because the Panthers, hey, we're sitting here looking at a 5-11 record just like last year, and we got to go and play Tampa Bay in Tampa with Tom Brady, and they're still fighting for seeding, and I think they're going to take it to us. Before we get into today's video, make sure you subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Pound that like button, hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos like this on the Panthers. And hey, folks, leave me some comments. I love the dialogue. Okay, folks, the last time we played Tampa a couple weeks ago in Charlotte, we lost 32-6. Couldn't get anything generated on offense. And I don't know if we can get anything generated on offense this time in Tampa. Now, we won't have to worry about getting beat by Antonio Brown like we did in the last meeting, because he flipped out, lost his mind, took his equipment off, did jumping jacks in the end zone in New York. And hey, Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, it's Tom Brady, not Tampa Bay. They find a way when they're going to lose to win, especially against these bad teams. And they go up to New York and still win, even with Antonio Brown doing that. I still feel that with the two tight end set that Tampa has, the running game, because remember they're going to be having a running back who torched his 450-some yard run. You know they don't have Leonard Fournette on the last time we played them. They got Tom Brady. He's probably going to play most of the game, if not all of it. And they're going to be outcoached, not by much, but they will be. And their defense is good enough. They're going to shut this offense down. Now, I am hoping, above all, that Cam Newton is healthy enough he can play. I don't know if it's going to do any good. I can't see a win here against Tampa. But my God, folks, this is one thing I can say is it's Cam Newton's swan song. It's probably his last game, and this is why I have the black #1 Cam Newton jersey on. It's probably his last game in a Panther uniform. It might even be his last NFL game. But if it is his last game, at least as a Panther, let's send him out. Let's don't do what we did, screw him around like we did last time we let him go. When the season ends and we don't bring him back because we don't have to, let's at least ceremoniously thank him. And even though he didn't really bring us any wins, the Cardinal game is going to go down as P.J. Walker's win. But Cam's the one who threw the passing touchdown, and he had a running touchdown in that game. I just hope Cam gets a chance to at least get one rushing touchdown, if not a passing touchdown. Just to pad his stats as the best running quarterback of all time. It'd be nice for a win. I know Sam Darnold's getting the majority of the snaps. Sam's been beaten up, and I think we're going to bring Sam back next year. But folks, it's just something to look at, because I just think Tampa's going to need to win this game to stay in the seeding. Even if Green Bay wins, Tampa's going to want that 2 or 3 seed. They're going to want to make sure that they have a home playoff game, because let's face it, 2's going to play 7, 3's going to play 6, 4's going to play 5. Tampa right now is in the 3rd or 4th seed. I believe if they're in the 3rd, they're not going to want to fall. They're going to want a home playoff game. And saying that, though, there's that chance they could win and a couple teams could lose. And, Green Bay could actually lose. I don't see that happening. But I do believe that the only way Carolina can win this game, they're going to have, what we say it every week, it's time of possession. They're going to have to control the clock. They're going to have to run the ball. It's going to have to be some very controlled passing. They're going to have to get in these 3rd down situations when they do throw the ball, that where it's 3rd, medium range, or short, and they can complete some mid-range passes and pick up first downs, move the change. Because scoring just 6 points this time around is not going to work. Now, I don't think Tampa will score more than 32 they did last time, but who am I to say? Right now, I'm going to say Tampa Bay is going to beat us 28-7. Why do I give us 7 points? Well, we've only been shut out 3 times in our history. One time came with Dom Capers as the first coach in his 3rd year. I believe Denver shut us out. And then John Fox's rookie season coaching, he was shut out twice that year, both times by Atlanta, and they were massacres. But ever since then, Seifert was never shut out. Rivera was never shut out. And so far, Rule's never been shut out. I just think somehow Carolina will find a way to score and get one touchdown anyway. But it's going to be really hard to stop Tom Brady. So I am going to give Tampa Bay the 28-7 edge. But the only way Carolina can stay in this game, they're going to have to control the clock. They're going to have to. Cannot have any turnovers, especially critical turnovers down in our own territory. That's going to give Tampa Bay easy scores. And maybe we got to find a way where we can get to Tom Brady and make him throw a pick or two or cause a fumble. But I just don't. I think right now the Panther players will show up. You might have 3 or 4 that are energetic because of maybe a new contract or maybe because they have pride. But I think most of the Panthers are the players are just cashing it in, looking for their, looking at their golf schedule or looking, where they're going to vacation with their girlfriend or wife, in the Caribbean. And the coaching staff's got to be reevaluated. They're going to have to make some changes. I would have never thought after starting off 3-0 that the Panthers are probably going to finish 5-12, which is worse than last year's 5-11. I thought for sure starting 3-0, we were going to at least win 9 or 10 games this year. I really did. And it's kind of a sad state of affairs. And yeah, Tampa finally does win the division after 12 years. But New Orleans has been in chaos. And my thing is this week, I hope New Orleans loses to Atlanta. I don't want them in the playoffs. I don't want to give them nothing to brag about. Or at least if they win, have San Fran upset the Rams. I don't want New Orleans in the playoffs. Just from the standpoint, I want the season to end. Atlanta's season's over as well. And we got to put up with Tampa again being in the playoffs. And believe me, I will be looking for teams to beat Tom Brady and not him repeat for Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl. But we don't have to deal, like I said, with Antonio Brown or change. It'll be somebody else that'll probably gut us. Okay, folks, what do you think of today's video? What score do you have? Do you think Carolina can muster more than 7? Do you think they'll be shut out? How about Tampa? Do you think they'll score more than the 28 points? Or do you think we can hold them down some? Leave me some comments. I love the dialogue. Pound that like button. Hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos like this on the Panthers. And by all means, folks, it's free. Help Uncle Chucky out. Subscribe. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Carolina Sports Guy.